right, analysis on the writing mock examination tool, give you the final reminders on the DSE writing exam. Okay, are you all ready? So let's go. Okay, for the first reminder, so I'm afraid that, right, because of the long holiday, the school suspension, I think that most of you may forget the details of the mock examination of the writing of DSE. So that's why I need to remind you all. For the first point, so the length of the hour, not 1.5 hours, is 2 hours. And also remember there are two parts in the exam. We have part A and also we have part B. So part A is the short writing here. Can you see that short writing? And part B is the non-writing. Okay. So what is the difference between them? So for part A, those short words, no, you can write more than 200 words, but not too long. Because you have 2 hours, right? I will let you know how much time you need to spend on part A. So for part A is a short writing. So I encourage you, I recommend you to write about 200 words, no more than 300. If you write too many words, you have no time to finish part B, okay? So for part B, it's 400 words, okay? Of course, you can try your best to write as many as you can. So the more you write, the more chances of making mistakes, right? So you need to be very careful. All right, and so that's why I suggest you how much? 35 minutes, okay? And for part B, it's 1 hour and 20 minutes, okay? 10 minutes. Oh, wait a moment. Okay, so you need to spend at least 5 minutes on proofreading because you need to proofread. You need to check what you have written. Otherwise, you'll make a lot of mistakes on grammar, okay? Remember, grammar is also a very important part, all right? No matter how much you write or deducted. So pay attention to grammar. It's very important. Next, remember you have no choice question for part A. You must answer. But for part B, it is impossible, right? You just choose one topic only, one, right? And remember that you need to mark the question. Students forgot to mark the question number exam paper of last year to you. So in examination paper, in examination, you receive this. You just have one question and answer book. So part A and part B. So for part A, you have no choice, right? You must answer. You must need to write, okay, the question for part A, right, are following. So you have 8 questions. You can see that question 1 to question 8 here. But you do not need to write all. You need to choose one, okay? So this is what Mr. Kemp mentions. So this is the question number. You need to mark the question number here. So you must be very careful, right, when you mark the question number, okay? Otherwise, if you answer topic 2, but you mark question 3, so it's off task, right? Because you will be in a big trouble, okay? So remember, you need to mark the question number here, okay? Remember. Okay, and also remember you need to write on every line. Don't skip lines. Is okay, right? But in the public exam, you need to write on every line. Do not skip lines. And students should not use yours sincerely. So please don't write your name, Christina Chan. No, right? You need to write. You can follow the instruction here on the first page. Okay, if you want to use the name, you can use Chris Wong. Okay, Chris Wong is here. You must see the instructions. All right, and also the students' performance judged according to 3 domains. So when teachers give you marks, we'll focus on organization. It's very important. So what is content? Content means your ideas, okay, you express in your writing, all right? Right, and the language, it means that the grammar language pattern, right? Is it, later on, Mr. Ken will show you some examples. And organizations, so contents, right? How do you organize your examples? The examples are systematically, all right? You need to focus on all this. Okay, now, let's go to our examination topic on part A only, and part A is the short writing. So let's go to the question. No more exam for part A. So let's go to question now. Problems in Hong Kong. So you are the chairperson of the school's camp TV program, highlighting the plight of the street topic, right? And what you need to do, the tasks are coming, right? Angus, can I have the 2, right? I cannot. Okay. All right, so you need to persuade your principal to accept your suggestion by outlining one. So the first task you need to do is the reasons for choosing the topic, right? Okay, the reasons for include in the program. What kind of program? The TV program, okay, TV program. Now, when you receive the topic, okay, question, or you can say the question, so the first thing that you need to ask yourself, who are you? You need to know your role, okay? The task you need to perform. All right? Or the test type will receive your writing. Who will read your writing? Who is the receiver? Okay? Now, first of all, can you tell me your role? Do you know of the school campus? That's right. Okay. Your role is the chairperson, okay, chairperson of the school campus. All right. Cam has just mentioned to you, the task will be you need to persuade your principal, right, what? To accept your suggestions for choosing the topic and also what will be included in the program. So this is your task. All right. So who will read? Who will receive your writing? Yes. Principal, right here. Okay. Principal. Okay. This is the receiver. Okay, the receiver. Okay, right. And what is the test type? Test type, or a memo? It seems that this is a proposal, but this is not a proposal, right? This is a letter, right? A letter, not a proposal. But in the letter, you need to suggest, okay, or is RE, okay? Recommend, suggest, okay? You propose, okay? All right, now. So please wait. Right? What is your role? What are your tasks? What is the text type you need to write? And the point of view, the intent reader. Okay, principal is the intent reader. And the tense, right? What kind of tense you will use in this letter? Okay, you just show the real things, the situation. You describe the current thing, and also the register, tone, and style, right? So remember, who receive it? Principal, right? The principal will receive it. So we need to respect principal. So that means that the tone, the style should be formal. Okay, should be formal. I guess, can you help me to close the door? Okay. Answers, okay, or suggested things that you need to focus of school campus TV. Okay, chairperson. And the second thing, the task, right? You need to write a letter, right, to principal, such to highlight the plights of the street slippers, right? Okay, what are the tasks then? Okay, remember two things. The first thing, why you choose street slippers. There's so many social problems in Hong Kong. Why and the second thing you need to mention in the letter is the content of the TV program. So what will be included in the program? And the text type, right? You write a letter to principal, so formal. So formal letter. Okay, for example, you write a letter to your teacher, it's formal, right? But if you write a letter to your friend, okay, because you are the chairperson, you represent. First, you write the letter you are the first person to write the letter. And the intent reader, I have mentioned to you, principal. Okay, and the text is simple present tense bit. Okay, you give some information, you explain the reasons, so you need to use the simple present tense. Okay, and the register tone style, formal, persuasive. Persuasive is you need to say something in order to make someone your ideas. Okay, so it's persuade, and it's persuasive. Pay attention to when answering part A. Okay, like if no problems, let's go to the contents. All right. Okay. Okay, let's go to the sample essay. Okay, now this is the first part. Our school is committed to increasing students' awareness of the campus TV channel. I would like to produce a short documentary highlighting the plight of street slippers in our city. Okay, now this is the first paragraph, or you can say this is the introduction. Introduction. Can you think about what information you can get from this paragraph? And this is the first paragraph, paragraph 1 in the writing. Okay? All right, yes. So in this paragraph, you understand your role, right? Your role, right? Your role is the chairperson. Okay, I highlight it for you. Okay. To show your purpose, okay, for this writing. Remember, she is very busy. He has no time to read so many words. Okay, so it is very clear in the first, okay, the reasons for you to write this short documentary, highlighting the place of the paragraph 1, so you know your role and also your task. Okay, your task is the purpose. Okay, so you can see this one. Now you can see in paragraph 1, okay, you know the salutation. Salutation here means this one. Principle is a salutation. Okay, salutation. And also this is the, and also you need to state the purpose of writing. Now, if no problems, let's go through the language. Okay, language. All right, so I would like you to focus. All right. Purple color, I changed the color. Okay, it's okay now. Documentary. Okay, so the documentary, so documentary. You write documentary. TV program. Yes. Okay, TV program. Okay, so it's very boring. So in your writing, you can try to paraphrase the question word. Okay, paraphrase it. Okay, I just explained the structure of paragraph 1 to you. Now let's go to the language, okay, the vocabulary use. Okay, so please focus on this word documentary. All right, so remember in the question, in the topic, we asked about the TV program. So if you always repeat TV programs throughout the whole text, it is very boring. So that's why you need to paraphrase some wordings, okay, in different parts of your writing. So
Angus, 10 more minutes only. 10 minutes left. Okay, so documentary here, right, is related to the TV program. Yeah, okay, TV program. Okay, documentary TV program. And also another word, okay, our city. Right, remember in the topic, we mentioned about the street slippers in Hong Kong. Right, again, if you always mention in Hong Kong, in Hong Kong, in Hong Kong, right? Again, this is very boring. So you try to paraphrase it. You can use in our city. Okay, in our city, everybody knows we are living in Hong Kong. So in a city means Hong Kong, right? Or you can say highlighting the plight of the local street slippers. Okay, and then you can cross it out. Full stop. It's okay. Local street slippers, right? Local, not overseas. Okay, right. And also please focus on the use of the vocabulary. Another one, problems. Actually, for problems, you can use issues as well. Issues, the problems. Okay, issues. Do you know the meaning of plight? Plight, actually, this one means, or we can say the poor situation, or can say the difficulties, okay, of street slippers. Okay, so you can try to use to vary the use of vocabulary. Okay, the use of vocabulary, because if you can use more synonyms means the words share the similar meaning. If you can use more synonyms, or you can use a wide range of vocabulary, so you can get a higher marks for language parts. Okay, language. Okay, now if no problems, we go to the second paragraph. Okay, remember you can say this is the introduction. So after the introduction, and then we move to the body. Okay, usually for the body, we don't have one paragraph. For body, we have maybe 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs. Okay, so let's go. No worries. Okay, so our live teaching may stop at 10 minutes, but after this 10 minutes, we can start another one. Okay, no worries. Okay, so this is the body, paragraph 2. Okay, all right. So for this paragraph 2, altogether there are 5 lines. Let's go to the sample, okay? So homeless people are often misunderstood, considered lazy. Considered, actually, that means that the homeless people are often considered lazy. Homeless people are a burden on society. And this has led to discrimination towards these unfortunate individuals. A recent survey has confirmed that many students share these no opinions. I believe this bias is the result of a lack of understanding of the issue. And through the TV program, it is possible that students can develop a positive attitude towards the homeless. Okay, now again, this paragraph is the second paragraph in the writing, and this second paragraph actually is the body. Okay, the body, and it states the reason why we choose the homeless. Okay, all right. So what is the reason? Okay, it's very clear. We know that many people have a misconception of the homeless people, of the homeless, right? So if we have the TV program, we can correct the wrong perception of the homeless from the young people, from the students. Okay, so This is the second paragraph, and this is the body. So we need to state the first reason. Okay, so this is the purpose of this paragraph. The purpose is to give the first reason on why you want to make the program, and this program focusing on street slippers. Okay, the first reason. Okay, the first reason. All right. Usually we don't give one reason only. Usually we will give at least two reasons. Okay, two reasons. But this is a short writing. You may give two reasons. But if this is a long writing, you may give three reasons. Right? It depends on how many words you need to write. Okay. So 200 words short writing. I think two reasons should be enough, because you need to explain. You need to give more contents, more examples, right? Okay, so maybe you can see that, okay, in this paragraph, can you find out which one, okay, or which lines are the topic sentence, right? It states, you know, topic sentence. Usually in my class, I need to mention the use of the topic sentence. Topic sentence is to show the main message of the paragraph. Okay, so it states the main point of the paragraph, or the main arguments. Okay, so which one? Yes, okay, maybe you can say this one. To help, okay, it can help students to develop a positive attitude towards the homeless. Okay, why? Okay, some of you may think that the first one maybe is the this is maybe the topic sentence, but I think this one should be the topic sentence, because it concludes the main message of the paragraph. It concludes, okay, the reason, the first reason. Because of the TV program, the students can have a positive attitude, can cultivate a positive attitude towards the homeless. Okay, right, so this is the first reason. Now let's go to language. The language, I changed the color, okay, right, maybe blue color. Blue, yes. Okay, please focus on this word. Unfortunate, you know, unfortunate. Unfortunate, this word means unlucky. Okay, unlucky. Okay, unlucky. All right, another one, you know, this word, issue, I just explained to you. Issue means the problem. Okay, the problem. And also pay attention, usually this is a formal letter. So the voice we sometimes use in the writing is passive voice. Passive. Can you see that? Misunderstood. Okay, considered. Okay, so this is the passive voice. Passive voice. And also please pay attention to the coherence. Okay, you need to make the text runs coherently, okay, cohesively. So you focus on this word, maybe I clear it. You focus on this word, this, okay? Usually this, that's, those, right? This word actually can help the passage runs smoothly, okay, run smoothly. This related to the previous lines, right? The previous line is this part. Okay, so homeless people are often misunderstood. They are considered lazy. They are a burden on society. And because of this, okay, and this lead to discrimination, okay, towards the unlucky persons. Individuals means the persons here, the people. Okay, so this word is very important. This can help the passage, okay, the paragraphs, okay, they are linked coherently. Okay. Right, okay, if no problem, we go to paragraph 3. This is paragraph 2, okay, body 1. Okay, so this is the paragraph 3, body 2, okay. So there are already many programs focusing on social problems in Hong Kong. For example, racial discrimination and issues faced by the disabled. However, just a few focus on the homeless. We live in an affluent society with almost unlimited resources, but there is a genuine lack of concern for this marginalized section of society. Therefore, instead of just focusing on various social issues, the problems related to the homeless should also be emphasized. Now, this is body 2, okay? And you can say this is reason 2, okay? Can you find out the reason? Okay, again, you need to ask yourself, try to find out which sentence is the topic sentence. And topic sentence shows the main message of the paragraph, okay? Or we can say the topic sentence states the second reason. Which one?
Okay, anyway, I need to start again, okay? So I will continue. Okay, so this is the second reason, okay? This is the second reason, right, for choosing street slippers. Okay, so yes, what is the topic sentence? The topic sentence states the second reason here. So please find out the topic sentence. All right, so the topic sentence here should be, maybe I show you. Okay, this is paragraph 3, and this is the body part. This is the second part of the body. So it shows the reason, okay, the second reason, right, and explain why TV programs should focus on the homeless instead of other social issues. All right, so you need to figure out the topic sentence. The topic sentence should be this one, right? So instead of just focusing on various social issues, social problems, the problems related to the homeless should also be emphasized. Okay, so this is the topic sentence, right? So this is, and also this is the reason, because in the past, people focus too much on other problems in the society. So that's why we also need to focus on, we also need to emphasize the problems from the homeless, okay, the homeless, all right? So this is the topic sentence, okay? Right now, let's go to the meaning of some vocabulary here, right? So please focus on this one, racial. Racial discrimination. Racial, this one is an adjective, right? It is related to race. You know race? R-A-C-E, race. Race, for example, I'm from Hong Kong, China. So I'm Chinese. So this is my race. Right? Maybe my friend is coming from the USA, so she's an American, so her race is an American. So it's racial discrimination, right? The disabled. Also focus on the word the homeless, right? So remember, this is not, is this an adjective? No, this is not an adjective. So if you add the, okay, before the adjective, the disabled, the homeless, the poor, the rich, okay? Or I can say the wealthy, right? So actually, these are the different kinds of people, okay? These are different kinds of people, all right? The disabled, the homeless, okay? Right, and also this one, how about this one? Affluence. Affluence, this one means wealthy, okay? Wealthy or prosperous. Prosperous. Prosperous city. Okay, Hong Kong is a prosperous city. Hong Kong is a wealthy city. Okay, it's a modern city. Okay, right, understand? This is reason 2. All right, so remember in our writing topic, we need to mention the reasons for choosing the street slippers. And the second task, you need to explain or introduce the contents, right? The details of the TV program. Now, let's go to the next section. Okay, so let's go to the paragraph 4, right, of the model essay. The program will be an hour in length and split into 3 parts. In the first part, we will discuss the misconceptions of street slippers. Then, we will investigate the wide-ranging reasons behind homelessness, which include interviews with street slippers and social workers who will explain that many of them are low-paid workers who cannot afford high rental fees. And the unfortunate majority are simply too old to find a stable income. In the final part, we will interview a volunteer who will discuss how this perception of the homeless has changed.
Now, actually, for the whole paragraph here, it describes or it gives the details of the TV program. What is it about? Okay, how, right? It would be like, okay? All right, so it mentions the length, okay? So you can see, this is the analysis on the structure, describe the details about the program. Okay, so please look at this paragraph and try to find out what are the details. Okay, what are details? Okay, right, maybe I highlight it for you. Okay, so you will know how long is it, the length, right? How many parts are included in the TV program? Okay, right, and also you will see the arrangement of the 3 parts. Okay, the arrangement of the 3 parts. Okay, you will have the first part, right? You will have the second part. The second part is here, then. And also you have the third part in the final parts. Okay, and what are the contents? Okay, what is it about? What is the first part about? The first part is about the discussing the misconception of street slippers. Okay, we'll focus on this. The first part will discuss the misconception. Misconception means misunderstanding, right? All right, we get the wrong information about the street slippers. We'll talk about it. Okay, what are the misconceptions about? What are they? All right, and the second part, we will investigate the wide-ranging reasons behind homelessness. Okay, why? Okay, why there are some homeless people at the streets? Okay, why? Why are there some street slippers at the streets? Okay, we will focus on the reasons. Okay, and also investigate. You know this word investigate? Investigate, another word you can say we'll look into. Okay, we'll look into. Okay, right. So, okay, so for part 2, okay, how you will investigate. Okay, what you will do. You will interview with street slippers and also social workers. Okay, you will interview them. All right, you will interview street slippers. You will interview social workers. You know social workers. Social workers, you can say counselors. Counselors, for example, in our school, we have Selena and also Hester. These 2 are the social workers. Okay, and what are they do? Okay, what will they do? They will explain that many of them are low-paid workers who cannot afford high rental fees. Okay, how about the third part? In the last part, the final part, we'll interview a volunteer again, right? So we'll interview street slippers, we'll interview social workers, we'll interview a volunteer. Okay, and what will the volunteer do? The volunteer will discuss how this perception of the homeless has changed, right? The changing, right? The changing, all right, of the perception of the homeless people. Okay, is that fine? Now, if no problems, now we also focus on the language here. Okay, maybe I'll clean this section. Okay, and you may find that in this paragraph, although this is a very short part, you'll focus on some connectives, okay, or the sequence words. This one. Ooh, ooh. In the first part, then, okay, in the final parts, all right, okay, and also you can see in this paragraph, some sentences are quite long because relative clauses. Okay, relative clauses with the use of who and which, okay, is widely used. Okay, for example, can you figure them out? Okay, right. Okay, this one, which, the first one, right? Who, right? And also who. Wow, you can see in this short paragraph, there are already 4 relative pronouns. We say relative pronouns. These are the pronouns. Okay, who stands for the people and which stands for the things. Okay, so let's go to first relative pronoun, which. So this word which include interviews with street slippers and social workers. Okay, look at this part first. right? This is relative clause, okay? Which here we describe what? We describe investigate the wide-ranging reasons behind homelessness. So which means this action is investigation. INVESTIGATION. Okay, investigation. So it refers to this action, right? Okay, so this investigation includes interviews with street sleepers and social workers. Okay, this is the first relative clause. And the second relative clause, who will explain that many of them are low-paid workers. Okay, so who refer to social workers. The social workers will explain to you. Okay, so this is another one. This part is the relative clause. Okay, you explain the social workers. Okay, and next one, again, who, right, is the relative pronoun. Another relative clause is coming. Who cannot afford high rental fees? Okay, who, that means that who cannot afford, who cannot pay, right? Who means the low pay workers. The low pay workers means the workers receive very little money, low income. Okay, so they cannot afford high rental fees. Okay, how about the next one, last one, the fourth one? Okay, who will discuss how this perception of the homeless has changed? So who will discuss? We refers to volunteers. These were volunteers. Okay, so again, this part is the relative clause. You tell us more what the volunteer will do. Okay, who tell us more about the condition of the no pay workers? Which tell us more about the investigation? Who tell us more about what the social workers will do? Okay, is that fine? All right, okay, so this is the body parts, paragraph 4. All right, so it seems that we have answered the topic, right? Task 1, reasons for choosing street sleepers. Task 2, the details of the TV program. Now, I think it's time to conclude, right, the whole test, because remember, this is a short writing, 200 words only, okay? Okay, this is the last paragraph, all right, and also this is the ending. So I truly believe this documentary will make students more caring towards the plight of the homeless. Meanwhile, they will gradually cultivate a positive character. Please consider my proposal favorably. Yours sincerely, Chris Wong, Chairperson of Campus TV. Okay, now this is the conclusion. Okay, conclusion. You think about what is the purpose, okay, of this paragraph. Remember, each paragraph should have a purpose. So how about this paragraph? This is the ending. So the purpose is what? Think about it. Okay, yes. The last paragraph, we try to conclude, right? The points we have mentioned. And also the last one, we would like to show the hope. Remember, we need to persuade the principal to accept your suggestion. So you need to stay, you need to say, you need to mention the benefits of this TV program. So what is the benefits? The benefit will be make students more caring towards the plight of the homeless. Okay, and also help them to cultivate a positive character. This is benefit 1 and this is benefit 2. Is that fine? Okay, right. So you understand the structure. So this is the paragraph 5 and this is the conclusion. So appeal for support. Appeal for support here, that means that you hope to persuade. Okay, maybe I clean. Okay, you hope to persuade the principal to accept your proposal. Okay, so you need to appeal for support. Okay, you restate your belief. You restate. Restate means again. You state again, right? You state again. You say again. This TV program, right, on the homeless is the most suitable. So that means that you need to mention all the benefits of the programs. Okay, there are two benefits. Okay, benefit 1 and the benefit 2. Right, become more caring and cultivate positive character. Okay, right. Another thing that I need to highlight to you is this one. Yours faithfully. Now, no matter how many times teachers have mentioned to you, students still make a lot of mistakes on this. Okay, so I need to highlight it to you again. Okay, so this one, this, oh, yours. Okay, remember, you must have the word letter. You must have the letter S. Yours, not your, it's yours. Okay, another one is this one, sincerely and faithfully. Okay, sincerely, okay, we use this word when we know who will receive your letter. For example, you write this letter to principal, so you know who your principal is, right? Because there is only one principal at our school. Right? So for example, you write this to principal, so the principal is Mr. Leung, right? So yours sincerely. You write this to your teacher, English teacher. You have one English teacher. So if you write a letter to your English teacher, so you know who he or who she is, right? So sincerely, when you know who you are writing to, if you don't know who you are writing to, you will use faithfully. Okay, pay attention to the spelling. It's F-A-I-T-H-F-U-L-L-Y. Okay, so make sure that your spelling, okay, the spelling of the word is correct. Okay, faithfully, F-A-I-T-H-F-U-L-L-Y, faithfully and sincerely. Okay, so remember, don't use your own English name. You need to use this word, Chris Wong. You can refer to the question answer book. Okay, the instruction is instruction number 5. Okay, use Chris Wong. Don't use your real name. Okay, if you use your real name, your marks will be deducted. And this one, chairperson of Campus TV. This is your position, your title, right? Who are you, right? So if the principal received your letter, right, he or she should know who you are, right? So your position, you represent Campus TV. You're the chairperson. Is that okay? Fine. Now, Mr. Kam has gone through the whole structure of the test, of the sample essay to you, right? So please try your best and see, okay, and have a look of your writing and see what mistakes you have made. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel free to call your teachers. Okay, and for part B, I will go to explain part B, some topics to you, okay, and I will make the video, teaching video, or I will conduct the live teaching to you. An announcement will be made by your English teachers very, very soon. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.